In this video, let's take a look at performance goals. This is one of our modules to help you grow more leaders and track their performance. We've already talked about leadership pipeline in the previous video, but now let's take a look at performance goals. As you can see, you access performance goals by coming to People and clicking on Performance Goals or Leadership Pipelines, and it'll take you to this very same page. We already have a couple of performance goals already created and outlined, so let's take a look at these. First of all, we have the performance goal of timeliness. You have a short description here. You can see the full description once we click on the performance goal itself. The target count is the number that you assign to this goal. In other words, the ideal is that they reach a 10, that is the goal. If they reach a 9, for an example, then they've completed 90% of their goal or their target count. The target date is self-explanatory. This is the date when the goal should be completed by. And then you have the goal type. You can write this as a value or it can be another subject, but you can maintain consistency and later on sort according to goal type. Updated simply means this is the last time that you went in there and you updated the information. Maybe you edited the description or the target count or something else. You can go in here and find out exactly when that was updated. You can edit the entire performance goal. And let's take a look at the progress. So here in the action column, we have this word progress, and let's take a look at what the progress is. So again, you can see the basic information here. Here you have the full description. Okay, we're measuring timeliness and we're tracking our weekly progress as a team. So the goal is going to be 10 that we've established, a target date, and then we can notify the user once. If you check here for an example, whoever is down here as a user will get a notification every time you update it. So let's take a look at this user for just a minute. First of all, they've already started. They've achieved 3 out of their 10. That's obviously 30%. The last time this was updated was back in 2016. So let's say they've reached number 4 on their goal count. So they are already 40% effective. The question is, how do you update that information? Well, you come here to update count and then you click and notice what happens. This changes to 4. They get the percentage. Now, if this is checked off, the user or the person that you have here that you're measuring, they will automatically get a notification notifying them that they've progressed 1 additional metric point. And then let's say you don't want to notify them, you can just uncheck this and then they won't get a notification. Now let's take a look at some more details, and let's say, hey, I don't remember exactly when they completed each of these milestones. Not a problem. Come here, you click on View under Details, scroll down a little bit, and you can see when they completed each of the milestones. So the first one was back in October of 2016. Number 2 was in December, and another one was in December, and today 5/31/2017. So this allows you to see who is the person who updated it. This could be yourself or another admin you give privileges to. And again, this allows you to keep track of the employee or the staff member or the volunteer of their performance and report back to them. So that's one way that you can look at the goals and the information. Again, all we did was we first went to View Goals. We came here to this bottom section. We clicked on Progress, and that took us through each section. Now, as you get more and more of these, as we've already mentioned, you can sort by individual user, or you can export this to Excel and sort it. Not a problem. Whatever you need to do. If it's just one person, you can select their name, click on Filter, and then that will show you all of the information. Now, the question naturally arrives, well, how do you create a performance goal? So let's go into that for just a minute. Click on the Create Performance Goal tab, and let's create a performance goal. Okay, let's call this, we already called one timeliness, so let's keep records distribution. Okay, Let's call this goal records distribution. Now, we can say this is a performance tracking goal. That's going to be one of our goal types. And then we can enter a short description. This goal measures the weekly performance for records within the private sector, just to give you a simple description. Now, let's say this is a weekly number, so you're going to measure them daily, and the goal is going to be 5. Let's assume business days. So the goal is that they will be able to hit this week, and we'll put this, at the end of the week, for an example. Now, let's say you have a group that you want to add to this, so you can come here and then you can select a group. It could be your finance team, for an example. It could be a user. In this case, I'll put myself here. Okay, and we'll remove the finance team. And then notice here it says mentor. User, by the way, that's the person who you are tracking. A mentor is somebody who may be working alongside this person. And then we'll just put my wife down here for now. She'll track me and mentor me. And then we can add another leader to this list if we would like to. Okay, I'll just add myself. So this is basically, you have a leader who's monitoring everything. You have a mentor who's working with this user, could be a supervisor. And then if you want to notify them of the goal, or you want to text them, then you just have to email this. That's all you have to do. You check here the box and it'll send them an email. So let's create this. And then you're going to see, when we go back to our view goals page, records distribution. Okay, we have the basic description here, the target count, the target date, performance tracking, when it was updated. And again, if you need to edit it, not a problem. Click on the edit word there. But let's go ahead and look at the progress. So let's click on progress. And notice here, you have the same basic information. If you want to notify the user here, and then let's say that today is Tuesday and you're reflecting back yesterday's Monday. So you say, you know what? They did a good job. They got it right. So what does that mean? Well, they have 20% completed. Let's assume that, you're at the end of the week, and notice as we add this here, and they get a notification every time unless you uncheck this box. And then let's view the progress. Again, you see the progress. In this case, it's all one day, but you can see who updated the progress. And this allows you to look at that information, and they can see it as well on their profile. So again, when a person logs in, they go to My Leadership. Again, they have a couple of different things they can look at. They can look at their leadership pipelines, like we've talked about. They can look at their performance goals. Okay, and then here, if they're logged in, it's only going to show their performance. Obviously, I'm logged in as an administrator, so I can see everyone's information. So that's how you create a performance goal. It's very simple. It's very easy to create. And again, you can create this for daily, weekly, target count. It all depends on what you're tracking and how long you want to track it for. So take advantage of this great tool to help you in your leadership development. Again, you can develop leadership pipelines to give them a path for leadership, and you can also create performance goals to make things very, very practical. And I believe this will help you develop leaders for the future.